There is a difference between the right opportunity and a good opportunity. A good opportunity looks good. The numbers are there. The timing is there. The potential is there. The right opportunity is good and it is done correctly. With respect. With honesty. With the people who matter being consulted before the agreement is signed. Emeka was about to encounter both kinds in the same week, and the contrast between them was going to teach him something he would not forget. Kai Okafor has been in the compound longer than Emeka. She moved in 3 years ago when she was 21, and since then she has quietly built something that Emeka has been loudly trying to build for 7 months. 180,000 followers. Monetized. Content that people actually finish watching. A ring light, also on a tripod, in her room next door, but hers has been paid off since the first year. Emeka had complicated feelings about Kai. He respected her enough to be jealous of her. He was intimidated enough to barely speak to her. She knew both of these things and found them quietly amusing. She knocked on his door on a Tuesday morning. Let herself in. She had seen Obi do this and adopted the practice. She sat in his desk chair. She pulled out her phone. She showed him a number. Emeka looked at it. He tried to look neutral. He tried for about 2 seconds. Then his face did everything. There's a lifestyle brand, Kai said, in the voice of someone who has had this meeting many times and knows exactly how to run it. They want a multi-generational content series. Young Lagos, old wisdom, urban meets traditional. I pitched it. They loved it. The budget is what you just saw. What would it involve? Emeka asked, very carefully. 12 episodes. 1 a month. You and Mama Adaeze. Real conversations. Her wisdom. Your Lagos life. No scripts. No performance. Just genuine. And the split? 60-40. My contacts got the deal. 50-50. She studied him. You've been watching negotiation content. 3 videos. Last night. A pause. Fine. 50-50. But I have one condition, and it is not negotiable. What? You ask Mama Adaeze yourself. Today. You explain exactly what it is and you let her decide. If she says no, the deal doesn't happen. I am not building content on a person who wasn't consulted. Emeka looked at her. You're being ethical about this. I'm a content creator, she said. Not a scammer. Some of us have standards. Now go talk to your grandmother. He went to the kitchen. He sat down at the table. He waited. This is something he had learned in the past 2 weeks. You do not speak to Mama Adaeze while she is actively stirring. You wait for the pause. It comes. You speak then. The pause came. Mama, I need to ask you something. Ask. He explained it from the beginning. The brand, the series, the format, real conversations, no scripts, nothing she didn't want to say. He showed her the number. She looked at it. She went back to her soup. What do they sell? Home goods, furniture, things for the house, things for the home. A slow nod. Things for the home I can support. A home is an honest thing. He started to smile. I have conditions, she said immediately. Of course. She turned from the stove and sat across from him at the kitchen table. She raised one finger. I will say what is true. If they ask me to say something that is not true, I will not say it. Done. Second finger. I will not be edited to say something I didn't say. If they cut my words to change my meaning, we stop. Done. Third finger. She paused before this one. 10% of what we earn goes to Nkechi's school fees. Your cousin Nkechi, from Onitsha. She is bright. Her father is useless. Nobody should stop their education because their father is useless. 10%. Emeka blinked. He had not thought about Nkechi. He had not mentioned Nkechi. He had not known Nkechi was on Mama's mind. But of course she was. Mama Adaeze does not leave people behind accidentally. Yes, Mama, he said. 10%. Good. She got up. She went back to the stove. Tell your friend in the corridor that the deal is agreed. She has been standing there for at least 8 minutes. Emeka turned. Kai was in the corridor. She had heard the entire negotiation. She had her phone pressed to her chest and was visibly not crying. She just out-negotiated both of us, Kai said quietly, added a charity clause, and did not raise her voice once. She does this, Emeka said. Every day she does this. The deal was signed. The first 3 episodes were extraordinary. Everyone who watched them felt something real. And then Obi, who had been given the role of operations coordinator, which he had also invented for himself, made a phone call that nearly burned everything to the ground. He called a gossip blog, LagosInsider.com. He called them. He told them about the deal. He told them the budget, which was confidential. He told them that Mama Adaeze was being managed by her grandson's operations team, and that the operations team was himself. He thought he was doing PR. He was. It was just the wrong kind. The headline went up the next morning, Viral Grandma has Manager, Inside the Family Business Empire. Empire. There was a word that had no business being in the same sentence as a woman who arrived on a Chisco bus with a chicken in a sack. Emeka came home and found Obi in the corridor doing the specific thing people do when they know they have done something wrong and have not yet decided whether to confess or wait and see. He was adjusting his blazer. Both of them. Repeatedly. Obi. Emeka. What did you do? I want you to know my intentions were good. Obi. What did you do? And then Mama Adaeze appeared from the kitchen doorway. She had read the headline. A neighbor had shown her on their phone. Come, she said simply. Both of you. Sitting room. They sat today, like primary school children. Which, in this moment, they were. She looked at Obi directly. Not at Emeka. At Obi. You spoke about me without asking. Ma. I'm very sorry, Ma. I know you are sorry. Let me tell you what you actually did, because sorry alone does not teach the lesson. She spoke. Slowly. She told him what he had done, taken her name, which belonged to her, and given it to strangers without her knowledge. She made the distinction between intention and action. Good intentions do not erase the error the action creates. She told him, your voice made the error. Your voice must correct it. Call the blog. Not Emeka. You. Obi called. His voice was not quite steady. He said the right things. He said Mama Adaeze was not managed by anyone. She managed herself. He said the story was incorrect. He said he was wrong to have placed it. When he hung up, Mama Adaeze said 2 words to him. Good. Now. And moved on. That was the whole correction. No extended lecture. No withdrawal of warmth. Good. Now. Move forward and be different. Obi sat in the sitting room for a while after she left. Bro, he said to Emeka. That was the most efficient correction I have ever received in my life. She's been doing it for 72 years, Emeka said. She said something to me at the end. She said, you have more loyalty than strategy. Strategy can be learned. Loyalty cannot. Keep the loyalty. Obi was quiet. She said that about me. Yes. Another pause. I'm going to write that down, Obi said. Please, Emeka said. Please write it down. 3 lessons from this episode. The first, ask before you take. Even when you mean well. Even when you believe the person you're representing would be happy. The belief is not enough. The question is required. The second, when you make an error, your voice is the instrument of the correction. Not someone else's. Not a lawyer's letter. Not an intermediary. The same voice that created the problem must be the one that addresses it. Obi called the blog. Obi corrected it. That is the work. The third, and this one Mama Adaeze gave directly to Obi, and I think she meant it for all of us. More loyalty than strategy. Strategy is a tool. It can be learned from books, from YouTube videos, from 3 videos watched the night before a negotiation. Loyalty is a character. It cannot be learned from a book. You either are that kind of person or you are working on becoming that kind of person. Obi, with all his blazes and his incorrect press releases, is loyal. That is the thing worth keeping. Have more loyalty than strategy. Strategy can be learned. Loyalty cannot. Keep the loyalty. The deal is running well. 3 episodes done. Every time Mama Adaeze appears on screen, the comment section fills with people saying things like, "This woman raised me and she doesn't even know me," and "Please tell me where to find a grandmother like this," and "I'm going to call my grandmother right now." And then a phone call comes from the village. Mama Adaeze, Mama Adaeze's oldest friend in Awaka, has passed. She must go home for the burial. She is leaving Saturday. It is Thursday. And Emeka, who has not been to his village in 4 years, is about to discover that the most important conversation he was going to have with his grandmother was not going to happen in his ringlet room. It was going to happen in a compound yard, on a quiet morning, with Patience the chicken walking behind them. Episode 4, What the Baobab Knows. The final episode. Under the talking Baobab,